Hi everyone, today let's take a look at how to map and apply a mega volume set. This is everything you'll need to complete this set. Take a screenshot and add everything to your basket at the end of the video. To begin with, we'll start our pre-treatment as normal with our foaming lash cleanser to remove any makeup residue and oils from the lashes and the eyelid area. This is just a great way to start any lash treatment. It feels quite therapeutic for the client and really gently cleanses the skin and lashes. The best way to remove this is with a dropper and just lukewarm water or saline solution. The most important thing is that we get rid of any foam cleanser left over so that we don't end up with residue. Take a mini coolie lash fan and just dry the lashes between pre-treatment steps. This is optional, but it does feel quite nice for your client. Next, we'll take our cleanser and protein remover pads. These just provide an even more thorough cleanse of the lash line and just remove any leftover makeup residue, any oils that might still be on the skin. This just really helps those eye patches stay in place. So we're applying these, ensuring that they're not so close to the waterline that they're going to cause any upset for the eyes, and we'll secure them in place with a little bit of tape just in case any lashes from the bottom want to pop out. Next, we're taking our cleanser just to really strip the lashes of any oils that are left on there. Cleanser is alcohol based, so it's amazing at getting rid of those oils. But because it's alcohol based, it can be a bit drying, so it's really important that we then go in with primer to re-moisturise those lashes and provide the perfect surface for glue to adhere to. Starting our lash map, we're going to mark the very last lash and the first lash and just draw a line out from the middle of the eye. That middle section is going to be our longest length. We're going somewhere between a dolly and a squirrel, so more of a natural lash set, just following the arch of the brow and the natural progression of lash length as we go through the eyelid. In the inner corners we'll go for a C curl, and towards the outside we'll go for a CC just to provide an extra bit of lift there. And to make accessing those inner and outer corners even easier, take small pieces of tape, apply it to the eyelid and gently lift towards you. The eye should remain closed, we want to avoid chemical burns, and it just makes those lashes even easier to apply lashes to. For an extra little tip, just taking a bit of booster on a micro brush and brushing it along the strip of lashes means that those fans won't close as you dip them in the glue. Starting now with our application, it's always a good idea to begin towards the outside of the eye. It's very common for our clients' eyes to water during the treatment, so lashing there first just means that we don't wind up with shock polymerization when they start to cry a little bit at the end. When you're applying, skip up your lashes between each fan so that we can ensure we're not getting stickies. And if your client's eyelids begin to flicker, just take a little eye patch and just weigh those eyelids down a bit. It's quite comfortable for them, and it's also more comfortable for you just because you won't have to then deal with flickery eyelids when you're trying to apply those fans. Work evenly across both eyes. This again will help you to avoid any stickies through the set. Here's just a bit of a closer look at making those nice big mega volume fans. You want to make sure the fan's perfect before you pick it up. Nice strong grip with the tweezers, put it towards you, and you should still end up with a nice slim base. Dipping into your glue, as usual, you want to make sure you're not getting a huge amount of glue. Again, we're always trying to avoid stickies and we don't want to weigh those lashes down. So a smaller amount of glue, a nice slim base is going to help us achieve all of those things. You can see here that the fan's being applied from the bottom of the lash. As they're quite lifted up already, it's going to be easier to apply it to the bottom. It will just give you a much easier time than trying to apply it to the top, and that natural curl getting in the way. What you might be noticing here as well is that our Lash Tech is actually moving the model's head to make application a little bit easier. Don't be afraid to do this, just ensure you do it nice and gently. It can feel quite a relief for the client to actually have their neck moved after such a long time lying still, and it just means that you'll have an even easier time applying those fans, so you'll still end up with a lovely neat set, no gaps and no leaning lashes. When you've covered all the lashes you can see, take a little piece of tape and just gently lift those fans up. What this does is just reveals any lashes that haven't yet been covered so that you can get an extra full look. The really important thing here is to ensure that you're only sticking the tape down at the very ends and along the top. We're not pushing the fans down with the tape, it's just weighing them down. We're doing this so that we can access those lashes. What we don't want is to then take the tape off and pull off loads more lashes with it. Carry on until all of those bare lashes are covered and you'll be done with your set. When you're satisfied that every single lash is covered, or you have as much coverage as you were aiming for, go through the lashes lash by lash and layer by layer to make sure that no two lashes are stuck together. Obviously we always want to avoid stickies, but the reason for this is that they're very, very damaging to the natural lashes and they can become quite painful for the clients. Which is why it's so important that we take the time at the end of every single treatment to check our work for stickies, because they can occur so easily and you won't even know they're there if you don't check. Carry on doing this until you're absolutely certain you've not got a single sticky through the lash set. When everything's covered and all stickies are separated, take Super Bonder on 2 microfiber brushes and just apply that to the glue bonds. This cures the glue instantly whilst maintaining flexibility, so it's going to aid in your retention time. And then give the lashes one final brush through before you reveal them to your client, making sure there are no gaps and everything's lovely and fluffy. Check from underneath in a mirror. Again, we're making sure we have no gaps through the set. We're making sure our top line's nice and even and that our work overall is nice and full and fluffy. Remove the eye patches carefully, making sure that that tape on there doesn't pull at the bottom lashes, and then reveal your nice finished set to your client. Make sure you take lots of nice pictures for your social media.